All right, let's start tonight with a look at our homeless crisis. You know, people end up on the streets for all different kinds of reasons. But a new study tried to find the root cause of homelessness. It reveals how the housing market plays a much bigger part in this crisis than many think. Here's Blair Best.
There's a lot of conversation around homelessness here in Portland and other parts of the Northwest, especially when it comes to what's causing it. And what researchers have found is that it's not necessarily addiction or mental health, but rather a combination of high rent prices and a lack of affordable housing. It's a crisis plaguing Portland nearly everywhere we turn.
Just trying to eat and survive. That's all I'm trying to do.
Thousands of people doing just that, surviving on the streets.
Call us the wall list because we have no walls to hide our stuff.
I think they need more housing.
Any given night, Multnomah County, 5 per 1,000 people are experiencing homelessness, which is quite a high number.
Clayton Aldern is one of the researchers behind a new urban study called Homelessness is a Housing Problem. The research started back in 2019 to find the root cause of homelessness in larger metropolitan areas like Portland. Researchers say factors like poverty, unemployment, and severe mental illness are factors in the crisis. But the studies all point to one thing as the root cause: the housing market.
Basically, rents and rental vacancy rates, how tight your housing market is. Those are the factors that explain variation in rates of per capita homelessness around the country.
The study looked at the 30 largest urban areas in the country and found Multnomah County to have among the lowest rental vacancy rates and highest rent prices, along with being the 4th highest when it comes to the number of people experiencing homelessness each night. The average rent in Portland is nearly $1,700 a month, which is higher than the national average.
It's below that point of stability, and you see havoc being wrought on the housing market accordingly.
So why does the housing market differ from state to state, and why are rents so high here in Portland? Aldern says the reasons are population growth and inflation.
The population booms that we've seen in places like Portland and Seattle, San Francisco, over the past couple of years, those booms haven't been met with an adequate supply response. And so you see these really tight housing markets, rising rents, and not enough housing for everyone.
But some local landlords disagree.
It's all of our crisis. It's all what can we do? And I do not see rising rents as any of the key indicators why the homeless population's grown. That's just not it.
Ron Garcia is the director of public policy at the Rental Housing Alliance of Oregon, which represents about 2,000 landlords. He argues landlords are a key component to fair and affordable housing and shouldn't be to blame for the homeless crisis.
I don't really see the escalation in rent having anything to do, very little to do with the impact of homelessness.
So you don't think that because rents are so expensive, that's causing people to end up on the streets and unable to afford a place to live?
I think that if your life has put you in a position where you cannot afford basic sustenance, including housing and food, it isn't because I think it's not because the local rents have been raised. I think there's a bigger calamity happening, perhaps globally or nationally or something, but it's not because landlords have raised their rent.
So how does our county move forward? Well, according to researchers, it will take building more affordable housing to accommodate our growing homeless population. Blair Best, KGW News.